Hello, this is Rich Lavens of Watlow, and today we're going to be working with the Eurotherm EPC3000 series, and I'm going to show you three different ways to set up a retransmission signal. Now, the EPC3000 comes in three different sizes, 16th DIN, 8th DIN, and quarter DIN. I've got a quarter DIN unit hooked up here live. So the first thing we need to determine is if we have an actual DC process output here. So we're going to click on terminal wiring, which will show you the back of the instrument. And again, this is a live unit. So in this particular unit, I have a solid state relay in slot 1. I have a relay in slot 2. And down here in slot 4, I do indeed have a DC output. Now that DC output can be scaled anywhere from 0 to 20 milliamps or 0 to 10 volts, so you can set it up how you want. So now that I verified this, we're going to pop up here to the graphical wiring. And you can see by the default here, it says if IO4 is a DC module, this will be configured for process value retransmission. So what that means is if you've got a DC output and it's in slot 4, it's automatically going to set that up for process value retransmission. But let's follow that a little bit. So you can see the pink lines here. So coming off my loop block is my process variable. And if we trace that ahead, it goes into my process variable on IO4. We also have a set point range high that comes into my demand high on IO4. And the last thing is my set point range low goes into my demand low, again on IO4. So let's see what these values are here. So we're going to pop into the loop block. And I'm up here. If you notice, I'm in the access mode, which is basically the engineering or configuration mode. And while you're in that mode, outputs are not active. They're disabled as a safety, so we can work here. So let's double click on the gray header in the loop. We're going to go to set point. And you can see here, here's my range high. Here's my range low, 0 to 2100. So it's important that the range of the input, in this case the loop, matches the range of the output. That way your 4 to 20 is scaled correctly. So let's double click on the loop. And you can see 4 milliamps equals 0 and 20 milliamps equals 2100. And you can see that the range low and range high are wired from that loop block. And say somebody got in here and said, hey, 0 to 2100, that range is way too high. I want to rescale that. So we're going to put in 1500. So 0 to 1500 is my range. With these wires in place here, the demand low and demand high, and the set point high and low, if I click on this header, you can see it automatically creates the same scale as what we've put in the loop block. So, it's super simple to keep track of. If someone changes a scale, it automatically changes the retransmission. So that is one way to do this. Pop back over to here. Now I want to, I'm going to delete these wires and show you another way to do this. So I also want to mention, although I'm using IO4, you can use any analog DC output for this. So what I did is I deleted the wires and then I saved my wiring. So say we had a second thermocouple that I wanted to retransmit that signal. Well, that doesn't work so good here. I'm picking up analog 1, that's running into my loop block. I don't really want to retransmit that signal for some reason. So what we're going to do is show you an alternative way here. So let's come over here. And just for ease of looking at my graphical wiring, I'm going to come up here and drag that same block. And let's find our second thermocouple here. So there's AI2. AI2 is set up. In this case, my range is 0 to 800. So let's do this. So I can draw a single line from my process value of thermocouple 2 to my process value input of IO number 4. This blue cube up here is our download wiring to instrument. Basically, it's the save or submit button. So we're going to do that. That dotted green wire will become solid black, and now we're hooked in. So now 0 to 800 is my range, but look at here, it didn't change. It retained the value from the previous connection. So I can go in and just manually change that. And now 4 milliamps equals 0, 20 milliamps equals 800. That's great. But if I change this again, if someone rescales my input, we'll just say 1200, I have to remember to go into this block and change it. So what would happen in this case is my actual range is 0 to 1200. My 4 to 20 represents 0 to 800. You will get a changing output. It just won't be scaled correctly. So we have to remember to go in and change that again. So again, not too bad. It's a single wire, but I'll show you another way. Let's delete that. So picking up off of the scale low and scale high, I don't see those parameters available in this AI2. But if I click on this yellow cube, there's my range low and high. So let's grab range low. And again, over here, I don't see those demand signals. But if I click on the yellow cube here, there's demand high and low. So we're going to go demand low. And then I'm going to click on the blue or the yellow cube again, and we'll go range high. Click on the yellow cube on this block. We'll go to demand high. And then process value always goes to process value. So now there's the same 3 wires that were set up from the loop block in the default configuration. We're going to go ahead and wire these or save the wiring. And now if I go in here, let's change that again just to verify what's going on. We'll make it 1850. And let's change the low just to make sure we're on the same page here. So we're going to scale it 10 to 1850. Now when I go into my I/O block, 4 milliamps will equal 10, 20 milliamps will equal 1850. So again, that's where it would kind of basically auto scale itself based on the I/O. Last thing, once you're all done here, we would click the access button. That will put the controller back into operator mode, so your outputs will become active again, and you should be able to control the process. This is for process value retransmission, but really, once this restarts here, you can connect, a lot of different parameters to that process value input of that I/O4. So you could retransmit output power, or you could retransmit set points. So you're not limited to just the process value, but the procedure is basically the same. You just have to be a little careful of what your scaling is and what the process value, what you actually want to retransmit, actually is. So I hope you find this video helpful, but please reach out to us and let us know. Thank you so much. Bye.